Or maybe it's fox paws. I don't know. It's called Fennec and Finch, but they used to be called Comfy Calico Dice or something. So I got cat names. And the other set I got from them, which is the new campaign dice. These ones are a bit harder to kind of tell what's going on. But there's kind of this thin layer of resin in the middle that's filled with little glittery moons and stars.
Oh.
You have more dice than I know existed.
It's the year of the dice. That's what I've been telling everyone. And also the year where I'm out of focus.
I know. I thought when I got metal dice for the first time, I was like, oh, these are going to be so cool. I haven't used them since. They're just, I hate the way they sound when they hit, and they weigh a ton. I mean, the weight is like whatever, but I don't want to ruin shit that I'm throwing the dice at.
Yeah. Huh.
See, I kind of had this. I had this conundrum where I got you this dice tray that I liked. And I was like, well, I found that so easily, so there must be like tons of good dice trays. And it turns out the only dice trays I like are from that one company. Because I looked for hours, and it's like, it's a bunch of like those little folding, like leather ones.
Yeah.
Or pleather ones. And then it's like, you know, I got this thing, which, love it.
Yeah, I love the one you got me. I definitely can't use metal dice on that thing, dude. It sounds like a truck hit it.
Yeah. This one, even though it has like the layer of velvet, when I roll metal dice, I have to be like very soft. Like
I like the one Stu got me. It has a phoenix on it.
And this place that makes them also, for my keel's sake, has Cthulhu.
I like those the ones that look like they're like towers or castles, and like they have like a roller thing inside of them. You know what I'm talking about?
Ice towers.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what this sounds like. Pretty loud. That was a metal die. Oh, so how's everyone doing? It's been a bit. I think.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter and Trans Visibility Day. And happy April Fools.
Mm-hmm.
You're all dead. Oh.
Yeah, you know when I said you're all level 5? Well, because
I knew it.
Oh, no.
I knew it.
Wouldn't you love to be level 5 for this battle?
Yeah, your work and extended to today.
No, Michael, this battle was something that I had planned, but I was like, I was telling Carl about this when we were playing Magic. I was like, these fuckers just did. I don't think you guys realized like how like exactingly well you guys did.
That's how I always felt whenever my players would come up with a plan like let's poison the town. You know, and like even Carl when he was talking about his like dungeon being flooded, you know, like whenever the players decide to do a solution that's like that, I don't know, it just ends up working out overwhelmingly well.
That was bullshit. I've had plans ruin multiple hours of work I've done, but that one hurt the most.
Was it like, I think Jack was like, oh yeah, I could cast Call Lightning. It's like, how long does it last? 10 minutes. So I could do 100 bolts of lightning. He's just like, wake up, bitch.
It was so great.
Big problems require big solutions.
That's exactly how I feel about last session. I was like, the fact that like both of you used like invisibility too on the aminals was like, I was just like thinking like about it like do they get this wolf out of here without being seen? And then Stu's like, yeah, I got invisibility. I'm like, that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
And then we literally, I kind of want to like recap it. It was just, I love how it happened.
And because of that, and because I don't even know how many dice rolls and things are going to be, and how much of it is just going to be the success of last time's dice rolls. But you can all have inspiration.
Yeah.
And let's see. Who gets to do the recap? Oh.
Thank God.
Shiver me shivers, he was just saying.
Yep, I called it upon myself.
Well, I would say.
Yeah. So we began the last session with Lady Moncala kind of approaching Bali, and from what I recall, wanting to speak to him privately. After kind of like being very glad that he was here and so on and so forth. I think Pig went as well, or maybe Pig didn't. Maybe Pig was like dismissed. Do you guys remember?
Tundra went. Pig did not.
Okay, so Tundra went. Shivers and Marcus snuck into the secret room with the invisible animal, and discovered the wolf that we found in the very first session, the winter wolf, and it was able to speak, but was clearly being abused and drained of its blood, and it let us know that its master was the kind of like the leader at the time, before he was killed, and that he wished to be freed, and that he could maybe do something. He was kind of cryptic about it, but he pretty much said that he had the answer for what plagued Bali. And I didn't get to hear what happened on the other side of things, with the arrangement that was made, but one way or another, Bali's blood was used and being distributed between everyone in like this big bowl. And everyone was drinking it, and Pig kind of transformed halfway or full way. And when we convened, we kind of talked about, you know, why the decision had been made to give up Bali's power, and that they were going to be very respectful with the power, that like you set terms to use and abide by, just so that you could be rid of this thing. And then we brought to your attention that that there could be a cure, which brought forth a lot of confusion, because everything up until this point was, especially from Lady Moncala, who you trusted the most, apparently said that there definitely wasn't. And in your opinion, she would be the one to know. So you just took that at face value to make your decision.
Yeah.
And so we then decided to go forth. We did the pickle party then, right? Or was
pickle
it
party was a little while.
Yeah, that was before. Yeah, everybody was already poisoned at this point. Yeah.
And
For sure.
Yeah.
one of the I can't remember if it was 11 or 12
Brother sister doors died.
Yeah, one of them died.
Yeah.
Just on complete happenstance that they rolled 2 natural ones, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically poisoned everyone for like no reason, honestly. Right?
Well, no reason yet.
We're
right?
getting to that. We're getting that in just a little bit.
But yeah, I am drawing a blank at what actually happened with Gerald. I guess I'll bring up the session recap as I was trying to. It's just called Blood. I love it. Gerald glimpsed the source of the pickle's power, a scintillating orange light. So Gerald like communed with the pickle.
Yeah, he pretty much communed with the pickle. He had his little ayahuasca.
I felt like I was the one with the pickle.
Tundra had to kind of like shake him out of it.
He did exactly what I predicted would happen. What happened happened.
You went mad with power.
Yeah, Gerald, that's your that was your big pickle check for a while. So you gotta do some important pickle stuff to get another one of those. I believe in you.
He has to get the pickle back from Tundra.
Tundra also believed in you.
He did.
But here's where I'm drawing blanks after that though. Like what is that where we ended or what happened?
Wolves popped up on the scene, I think.
I did forget about
Wolves,
Yeah, see, I think it was that one.
A strange-eyed tiefling. The old man that Bali sent out came back and was yelling, "I found the magic eyes."
Oh yes, that's how we ended, and then we were descended upon.
You guys were about to leave,
and
then I just.
Well, I guess there won't be a fight here anyway. Oh god.
This is they had like the sigil, the stars light sigil, right? Vigil.
Moonlight Vigil.
That's what these guys were. Yeah, the moon. Was it Moonlight or Starlight?
Starlight.
Yeah, Starlight.
So much moon.
They are. There's lots of things in space.
Yeah.
There's
these were those guys, right? The Starlight Vigil.
The sun. The druids have the moon and the stars.
So what this is kind of like the two druids, like factions, kind of reuniting and whooping each other's ass, and we're just kind of here in the middle, maybe.
Yeah, well, like I said, these dice are called the moon and the stars, and I chose them for a reason.
One side is definitely more poison than the other.
I'm getting it now.
And Bali or Tundra, it's up to you guys if you want to fill in any of the tent blanks.
Yeah, there's probably a ton.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
I feel like we kind of covered everything with some of it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, give you a chance to speak your piece if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean everything they didn't hear it, so they're not going to hear it.
Yeah, it turns out Bali also has a bomb in his chest, like Zell. He's got 3 days to live, and then he has to,
which is like an eternity in this time.
Yeah, and then he's got to blow up more Gith. All right, I give you just a sec.
Well, I gotta re-upload my character because I'm 05.
I already did.
Oh, I added different spells.
I mean, it is true, right?
It adds all the spells. It literally shows every druid spell. Oh, he's frozen anyway. I removed all your hit dice. Gerald is still poisoned, which is good. Yeah, those are the two things that don't change on level up. He chose it.
I
chose this.
I mean, I had to do it with them, right? Otherwise, like.
Yeah, and the characters were a bit further down. I just moved them closer so that when I move all the tokens around, you can see better what's going on.
We could just leave.
This is between y'all.
Good side with Big Wolf off. Just saying.
We could just pretend we didn't see anything, feign ignorance. We're like, oh, you guys showed up there, huh?
How many wolves are there?
Must not been the same time we were there.
How many wolves are there? So, yeah, I think
some really big ones.
There's dire wolves. There's a winter wolf. I think total there's 4 dire wolves, 8 normal wolves, and a winter wolf, along with a few druids. You hear a voice off in the distance. You hear the familiar dulcet tones of Tyrion. I found the magic eyes, the magic eyes. As he walks into town, stumbling. As you hear very quickly the sounds of growling as these wolves just fly into the town and start to overrun these people. You see that, unable to kind of react in time, all these like sickly people, all kind of in this process of transforming, are all kind of getting knocked over. And we'll just move all these. No, you don't get to be there. Oh, big wolf there. Yeah.
They're all turning right. They have the Zoolander problem.
We're just moving them in.
I can't turn left.
I know. I turned left.
Oh, I love the detail on their back.
And you see...
I think it might be time for a new computer finally, because mine is crawling these days.
And maybe some better internet? Maybe?
The DM bargaining for better internet.
Yeah, seriously.
But it always feels good to get a new PC.
Yes, it does.
You could build it yourself.
You
I'll help you.
see this bright white wolf kind of charge down Pig. You see as Pig tries to draw for this weapon, you see as he grabs the handle of this sword that his hand sizzles a bit, as this wolf is too fast for the kind of a little poisoned, a little inebriated, a lot more pig, and knocks him over as it looks down at him. Tell me where my father is. As you hear this voice a lot softer. That's enough, Ash. So you see this tiefling, as it starts to approach, you see this man, he kind of creaks as he walks ever slowly, the kind of jingling of these little crystals around his neck. You see his horns have been kind of split apart into almost this antler look. And from head to toe, there are these big patches of him that are just bark. And let's not forget his eyes. Those are pretty special. He starts walking by. You see these wolves kind of pounce people. They're kind of all snarling as these people who are kind of too slow to react. Now, as this tiefling walks by, you see that this light that kind of envelops him, like, you can see these people kind of like, as the light hits them, like recoil. The form almost like this battle between Bali's blood and his light. Bali, I want you to make me a Constitution save.
All right.
There's a blood check. And let's... We'll have this guy just roll spell casting, I guess. We'll just do saving throw. Pose.
I'm using my inspiration. Oh, baby.
Pitter? The hell's Pitter?
There we go.
Well, that must be.
It wouldn't let me type for a
Yeah,
second.
spoilers.
It's Peter. Hey, Peter.
As he walks by, you see this light kind of burning these people, but almost like in defiance. Your blood is stronger than that. And all these kind of almost like these newborn bollies are all kind of like, you see the form like just struggle to maintain, but it does. As he very calmly walks past. Get this guy out of the way. Give him a wolf. As he walks up. Ah, pig. I was expecting that I would have to fight you tonight. But it looks like someone already beat you to the punch. As Pig looks around and immediately his eyes lock with Gerald. And similarly, this tiefling looks over at you, Gerald, with this smile. Also, the chef is glaring at you. He's not happy either. You see these eyes as they look at you. He almost has this aura of light around him, but it's not like it exudes out from him. It's almost like it's just kind of like this ever bright kind of like radius around.
He's got
him.
God rays.
It's what Shivers had when we were underwater, but with darkness.
You see these eyes as they're kind of this dark black and blue, and rather than any pupils, you just see these little glowing flecks, like the nighttime sky. So he looks back to Pig. Pig kind of like gripping this sword, knowing in this moment he is very outmatched. As I have an offering for you. I believe you have an archdruid of mine. I think you know the one. I have more important things than your war. If you could retrieve him for me. We will simply leave you be. You kind of see this large wolf next to him like snarl. Adam and Pig looks. It doesn't matter. We've already got the better blood. A student of war, pretending to understand the child of snow and ice. How quaint. You kind of see Pig as this light kind of around him, like makes his skin sizzle ever slowly. Almost like this sunburn develops on him. You kind of see it around a couple of these other druids to a lesser effect on the people who drank the blood. Well, go on then. I'll be waiting. I'll give you a good 5 minutes. As you see Pig kind of walk off, you see all these other people have... They kind of don't really have much of fight in them, this large grouping. They're kind of just... They know if they make a wrong movement, like, these wolves are, like, right on their necks.
Did everyone hear that conversation?
Yeah. As... he's gonna...
Am I like...
Wolf's gonna follow Pig.
Am I like feeling anything in particular because of his direct eye contact with me?
Personal preference on how you feel.
Okay.
Where's Pig
You're
going?
not being like...
Sorry.
Hmm?
My apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no worries. Pig, you see followed by this large white wolf. Different than the one you just let go. He's kind of being walked over to this place, almost like a hostage. If he fights back, so does everyone else. And this is not a fight they would win. Not as debilitated as you left them, Gerald.
His eyes.
See this man who made eye contact with you walks closer.
I'm gonna back up to my friends as much as I can.
As Bali, when he kind of gets near you, you feel this light. It just kind of emanates from him, and it stings. It feels a lot like the light you felt at those walls at the school. As
what are you?
He raises these two arms like in this like joyous moment as he kind of walks up looking directly at Shivers.
Praise the sun.
I knew when I read them today, great wheel upon us. I'm so glad you're here today. The one that Ios saved before his demise. He just kind of walks up right to you, and you see again like these wide eyes, these kind of black and blue as the night with these white sparkles in them.
So, you be knowing who I really am, what I really am.
You are to deliver the star.
Aye.
It's so good to finally meet.
Shivers' whole body doesn't move, but the dexterous Kabakon arm reaches out to shake his hand.
Yeah, you... Almost like this opposite moment. You have this one dexterous arm. He, kind of covered in this bark, moves rather slow. And kind of like... In a way, he's almost like Shivers au naturel. Organic Shivers.
There's a fire in Carl's house. He was like, what the fuck?
And he
do we feel,
shakes back.
Do I feel anything coming off? Like, is there any kind of like
you definitely
interaction?
This feeling you had, this pull you felt towards Shade, you almost have this like similar connecting feeling, and it's something that to you feels right.
Shivers, don't touch him.
almost like snapping out of this trance-like moment.
Yeah, he's like, he looks at you. Wow.
He's burning our skin.
But I already have him. And I won't let go so easily.
He's no good.
But he does finish shaking and he lets go.
Damn. Yeah, Shivers is at a full loss. He's being torn right now between what he was destined to do and what he's found. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, we have a long night ahead of us. I have a question for you.
What be that?
Will he find the Archdruid in there?
If it's that wolf, then no.
He won't be finding anything.
Very good. Very good. I thought perhaps we would meet sooner. Perhaps maybe I would meet a friend of yours as well. I believe Janish was his name.
Not a friend. Not anymore.
I heard him. I heard all of you as you straddled upon the edges of my grove. Some time ago. Of course, the time must not have been right. As you see Pig, you kind of hear this door slam, and you hear this louder growling. He's gone! He's fucking gone! As he kind of stomps over. As he kind of slows, as he kind of, this like very, like, aggressive man walks forward and he kind of slows. But it don't matter anymore. We got the blood. We got something good deal more potent. Don't be drying your druid anymore. If you don't come for us. He walks forward again. You kind of see Pig wince a bit as this light comes upon him. Bali kind of standing directly next to him. You got a bit of sunburn. You're definitely going to have a bit of sunburn.
I'm used to it.
That's fair. I only intended on killing if you did. Unlike you, losses are not something I seek. And I have bigger fish to fry, I'm afraid. This Pig kind of looks at you. He kind of almost has this knowing look as let's be real. You guys aren't really fooling people. However, it don't matter no more because they got the blood anyway. Pig walks up, kind of close to all of you. It don't matter what you did no more, Bali. What I assume your friends did. For what you gave us. I owe you. You understand that?
Well, he's not sure.
He holds out an arm to kind of shake your hand, Bali.
What did you do? The one they're looking for.
You mean the archdruid? The wolf. He kind of smirks a bit. I reckon he escaped again.
No. You were stealing its power, its blood.
Like I said earlier, Bali. War makes men do things they regret.
Well, he's not sure. We want to be in your debt. Or the vice... Sorry. Other way around.
I want to be in your debt.
I'm afraid I'm not giving you much of a choice here, Bali. You did this for me.
Well, he did not do this for you. Well, he did this for the good of the people and to end the circus.
I'll make sure. Your sentiment sticks. And for you, he kind of pats your shoulder, this hard pat. I'll try harder than before.
All right. We're going to be moving on, you know. We aren't staying.
He nods as he kind of walks back to kind of the center around this bonfire. All right, lads and ladies. Party's over. We're not fighting these. They got what they want. We got what we want. Get back to drinking.
Party's over. Get back.
We're leaving tomorrow. You see this wolf approach. He sees Shivers, and almost like before all of you, he does like this kneel. Like almost this like bow of respect. As Patir looks. That's right, everyone. No necks, no throats will be bled tonight. We have found what we have been looking for. we have needed for so long. Return to the woods. I will join you come nightfall. You kind of notice all of these wolves start to back off, kind of almost in understanding of him. These kind of other druids that glow bright kind of back off as well. You see they keep some distance from the people to avoid burning them anymore. Definitely like
He's like the worst at parties. Like you can't even like be near the guy.
yeah. I mean, especially like lycanthrope parties.
Yeah.
They told us about the wolf they released, right?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, we mentioned that. We also mentioned about the cure, which I assume that's the guy walking away. Right there. I mean, that is the tiefling.
That
with
is
the crazy
correct.
eyes,
Crazy eyes. Actual crazy
Yeah.
eyes.
The
That
real
is
crazy.
the guy with magic eyes.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because, like, if we didn't, like, if Bali or I didn't know, then this would be real fucking weird right now, right? Like,
As this wolf, very similar looking, these almost soul-piercing blue eyes, kind of more like emotionally distraught, more tension in it. But this just bright white fur, like pure snow, walks up to the group of you. You saved my father. You have my thanks. Deliverer
It
and
be.
his companions.
Thank ye.
Here are the winter wolves, right?
Was there words in that?
Can we pretend those were words?
Is it bad that I understood them?
Gerald, this wolf does not understand you, mainly because I don't understand you.
You're one of those winter wolves.
As
I'm
It
like
lifts-
just wiping my head in my face.
You're
It
still
lifts-
poisoned.
it lifts up a paw and kind of almost like cites this verse as it glows and lays like this large paw on you, as it is going to cure your poison with lesser restoration.
Connection.
Spoilers.
What did you do?
Well, I mean, this first
You are
symptom of
cured.
You're one of those winter wolves, right?
My name is Ash.
Ash. Are you, what, do you know a lady named Amila?
No.
Or did you talk about your father?
You see, this man approaches again, kind of like looking at this wolf ball, you feel the burn again, like on your back. Well, Mr. Suit, I think it's time we get going.
Stay away from us. You're no good.
He looks at you. He sees you burning. What makes you think that? Did the return tell you I was a bit scary? Did they say it burns? Yes, the feel of silver on your skin. Nothing quite like it. A burn that pierces not just the body, but the soul. Everything you are.
Guys,
Feels beneath me.
what?
Wait, so
This guy's
take-
weird, right?
You can take 1 damage.
Anyone?
1 damage. Okay.
I'm,
Just from being around
Was-
him passively.
I was led to believe that you might know the cure to lycanthropy, though.
Maybe I do.
Maybe our group doesn't
Is
want
anyone?
us Suit to go anywhere until we hear about it.
Why is someone? And he looks at Bali. Looking for such a thing?
Right.
Wonderful. I knew today would be a good day. The stars said so. The stars told me Petir. By the way, that's Petir with 2 eyes. Petir.
For now.
Oh,
Today is going to be a day brimming with weal, with victories.
All right.
Never underestimate our pickle prophet's ability to circumvent the fates.
Well said, Marcus. We should leave. This camp is. Let's look around at all the, sick people and just sadness.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of sick people who kind of all like Pig. You kind of see all these already exaggerated features have been almost realized. Like little slightly long fangs have become saber teeth. Hair on them has grown into straight up fur. Snouts have enlarged.
And Mancala had left already.
Hmm?
Did Mancala leave already?
Yeah, Mancala
Okay.
left a bit. Mancala left before the speech, which was before
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
She left to go get your chalkboard or something.
hey, that was what? Spoilers. What are you doing here?
Spoilers. No, I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we helped you guys out, right? So maybe a little squid pro quo, whatever, help us.
I am more than happy to help someone in need.
You're not
Molly,
using our friends to spread darkness or whatever's happening here.
Oh, don't worry. I'll explain that a bit better.
Why does everyone sound evil that we talk to? Why is it, guys?
I think it's
No
as
one
we
just
get
says,
more powerful, we attract
I think
evil.
it's the cold weather.
You think
actually.
it's Ganesh sounds evil?
Maybe
this
he's just got a
dude sounds
stuffy
evil?
nose or something.
No
It's
one
a
be sounding more
very
evil than Janish.
It's a very exhausting environment, and it translates to the voice.
I'm quite offended. I've been helping people in Morsa for decades.
Just don't sneer when you're
Hello.
the edges of your lips, they like quiver like you're waiting for blood.
I will say, I'm sure you've gotten this a lot. It's not the
Don't
first
know
time.
what you
You do have intimidating eyes.
Thank you. I look at the sky quite often.
All right, we need to leave. Are you leading, or
I will lead.
are you a slow walker? You look like a slow walker.
I'm afraid so.
At least he's honest. He's an honest guy.
Yeah.
Are these,
You know, I had his movement was set to 30 feet, but I meant to change that. Let's give him 20 feet.
are these,
Too high.
There you go.
are all the wolves gonna be, are they your compatriot? Do they follow you? Like, will they go with you, or
Well, actually,
are they their own thing?
they follow Ash and Shade more than me.
Are they actually wolves, or are they druids?
Oh, I think you'll find we do not transform like these ones. And he points to this this axe beak, the one that was watching Shivers. I can't shift like that druid over there.
All right, we can talk on the way.
Is Ash gonna follow us, or are you guys splitting up? No. Or...
He's probably gonna meet us. He's not here. Or Ash, never mind.
Shade, yeah.
Yeah.
Shade will find his own way back.
Does this remind me of a Jack character?
Yeah, it's doing a wolf voice kind of just sounds real edgy, doesn't it?
I'm just wondering if you guys, travel together, or if this is like a, not once in a while thing to come here and find your father, or if you guys, travel all the time together. If it's, how regular of an occurrence is.
You ever heard of a wolf pack, Joe?
Yes.
They travel together.
That's
Well,
the
yeah,
part. While the
what about
knight is still
Patir?
young.
Is Patir part of that pack?
How can he be being so slow?
Damn. You see kind of all these wolves, all these people are kind of dispersing. You see kind of this night's dispersing as you start to leave. Stevenson Jefferson approaches one last time. Hey, I hope this isn't bad timing, but I remembered something. And,
Oh god.
and I've got to go. This might be a shot in the dark, but do you know my son Jeff?
God damn it.
He doesn't really look like me. His mom was a lot less hairy.
Is Jeff
Got
the
abducted.
He's the familiar.
that's
Yeah.
the familiar.
Never heard of him.
I thought so.
We know your brother. Yes.
You do?
My son.
Whatever.
Your dad?
He was at the school when we last saw him. He was awarded as a familiar
Whatever.
during class.
Oh, that Jeff. Oh yeah, that happens.
What is?
I think. Wait, wasn't he?
I don't know what any of that means.
Wasn't he a delivery man?
Probably it's a G.
Yes, he was a courier. We're all couriers. It's the
courier.
The Jeff
It's the
name.
Stevenson way.
The Jefferson way.
God, I don't remember.
His name. I thought his name was like fucking Santa or something.
Yeah, his name is Santa Jefferson. You willed him into the tiniest subplot ever of the Jeff story.
What was the what clique captured him? Do you remember?
Watchers at Midnight.
The Watchers at Midnight. Yeah.
Oh, he's fucked. Yeah, those guys are weird.
When we're never gonna touch the main plot again, was it smart to add some side plots? Like, I'm just kidding.
I don't remember how long ago. Feels like maybe half a week ago. There was this group of students at the school. The Watchers at Midnight, I think. It seemed that they might have mistaken him as a familiar or something. But I think they captured him.
Last time we saw him, I'm pretty sure he was taken to the there's a building called Realization there. You're gonna want to go in there to try to get him back.
I'll find him.
Bring all the dynamite you got.
I'll find him.
If you see
Tell
a dude
them who
named
you-
the doorman.
Tell them who you've been traveling with. Our names carry quite a bit of weight there.
Did you say hate?
There's something for sure.
Carry on the big old hate. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know if you need anything. I can.
It's been real.
Do you have any more
Even-
dynamite sticks? Just to hand out? Since we're here.
Dude, rip all the people that this stuff was supposed to be delivered to. Never getting there.
He looks at it. Well, I was supposed to deliver these actually.
This town, I assume.
They're probably waiting on the delivery for a while now. You know,
They're probably all
Kinda-
dead.
when your courier gets amnesia, it's kind of.
Probably all dead.
Well, even after Jeffport's destruction,
Jeffport, huh?
or
Dude, anything Jeff related is now just these guys.
always has been.
DM magic.
We just cracked it wide open on the Jeff sub-universe.
If you need anything, we can get delivered. Horses, axe beaks, cattle.
Ooh.
Can we?
Would you like to
Okay.
start a nice farm when this is over? Everyone.
Sounds like he can transport druids across country. As long as they're axe beaks or.
Anywhere where there's an aggregate guild, you can leave them a note and it'll make its way to me.
Farm sounds terrible.
What kind of
Just an
guild?
I've
idea.
got to get going.
It'd be so boring. Hopefully I die before then.
What is your service called?
Jeff Shipping.
Should have known.
So creative.
It's all just named Jeff. There's a lot less of it after the destruction of Jeffport, but they still get around.
Does Does Jeff Shipping also help transport people if need be, or just items?
Like slave trade? What are you
What
talking
do you do?
about?
What do you talk? Yeah.
Like a
I'm
taxi
just
We
saying,
don't-
maybe,
service.
maybe
We
if
don't
we need to
sell
get
people.
around.
That's
No, not for selling.
Oh.
Like if we need to,
Transportation.
don't want to walk all the way or something.
I do.
I mean, you could always travel with one of our caravans. I'm afraid they're sparse these days, but
I imagine there might be a lot with
We'll
with
do this
Deimos
side
landing.
quest later. Okay.
You guys do shipping too at Jeff's port?
well, not at Jeffport anymore, but
Yeah, what are your policy?
around.
What do you call your ships?
Man,
Jefferships.
Jefferships, sure. Jefferships it is.
They're all named Jeff.
Everything's Jeff. You kind of
Yeah,
see these
yeah.
people disperse as Patir starts to lead you out. As unless you have any further business in Apalvik.
When they transform and they're like done, are they just leaving?
Hmm?
When all these people turn and whatnot, are they just leaving?
No, they're kind of all like recovering in some manner. It's kind of like late at night. Some people are still up chatting.
No, I mean just like, is that their intention though? Like get better and leave?
Oh, the people,
Yeah, they were
the
gonna
return
march
of
to
Palvik.
war.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're marching.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, is it going to be like a really long time, or I'm just wondering, like, is there anything we could salvage after they've abandoned the place, right?
Well, they said they were leaving tomorrow, so if you want to stay overnight,
Or
Just
we
the-
can come back.
Maybe they
Well,
missed
yeah,
something. We can grab it. Oh, we got to come
kind
back
of
here.
looking around. Patir looks at you. You know you can stay here for the night. They're probably much comfier abodes for you. I only need your one friend.
He's
I'm
not
sure
going
he's strong
alone.
enough.
Yeah, we're definitely going with them. 100%. Zero chance that's happening.
I have one caveat.
If the world's ending, we're gonna be there.
I think that's a given, right? Like we're there for sure.
I will tell you this. You cannot be there if he is to be cleansed. I cannot be there. It must be him and him alone.
Oh, is he talking about me and not Shivers?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's like the minimum distance thing. Can it be an eyesight or?
You got a viewing tower?
No.
You got a viewing tower.
Are you the Starlight Vigil?
Me. Just me.
Are you in it? Why are you so literal?
My eyes are stars, man.
I can speak in metaphors if you wish. It might make things a little more confusing.
He didn't answer the question though.
Bali. I need your complete focus for the entirety of the night. You look strong enough to survive it. But I can only lead you there and tell you what you must do. Everything else is your battle.
Is this the only way?
If it had been less than a day, and we had some belladonna, there is one way to get a true cure. And one thing even better than both of those. What I can offer is neither of those. He kind of looks at his own body, and it's kind of like, you see kind of like how misshapen he is, like covered in bark, these horns that have split into like antlers. And he holds one of these like crystals around his neck, kind of on like a twine. You see they're all shaped like animals. The largest one is an elk. It is a true sacrifice to give up a part of yourself. But it is not a part that we lose. It is a part we hold in memory until the time is right. He looks up until the moon is a little less blue.
You ready to have 20 speed?
I guess. All right, let's do it. Come on.
Wait, what are those other two methods? Can you at least tell us what they
It's
are?
not gonna tell us.
One
We know.
involves
It's probably
tell
because
you.
it's
I
probably
can't
because
tell you.
one's death, right? Is that
He's like, or you could just drink this.
If you want to ruin the fun of it all.
I would not suggest death. One is far outside of our reach. A living creature from Tyrus itself. One that Ursa possesses. Has the ability to completely end your illness. However, Ursa is on the far side of the continent, and not a friendly fellow. And he'll say all this while walking. Let's activate Morsa. The other similarly out of your reach. Out of all of our reach at the moment. The affliction you have. The affliction that I have. It waxes and wanes with Tyrus itself. And once Tyrus is healed, so too will be. So too will we. It wasn't always blue, you know. I'm sure you know.
Is that why you need him? And I'll motion towards Shivers.
Oh, I need him for something very important. Offer's not just limited to him. I would happily accept all of you. However, he looks at all of you. He looks at you, Bali, kind of drained of color and burnt. Also take another 2 damage. You've been with him for a bit. He looks at you, Marcus. Looks at Shivers. It's better suited for rested eyes, don't you think? I do. I can bring Bali back in the morning if you wish to stay somewhere a bit nicer. Otherwise, you can sleep beneath the stars.
This is up to you, Bali.
Yeah.
You
Up to you, Bali.
doing it?
We'll back you up. Either way.
So it's either we do this, Bali might die tonight, or we somehow go to Ursa and get healed by a mystical creature.
It's like a little dragon.
Hell yes.
Or we fix Tyrus, and in turn we are fixed.
You know, with the way things have been going, I feel like we're gonna end up doing that anyway.
Before Bali turns again.
Oh, you certainly won't be there before the next full moon. Unless you can teleport. Can you do that?
I mean, we can wild surge and hope it works. but-
So it's a race to get enough XP.
His eyes just go. He's like, damn, these
Come on, guys,
fuckers are
we gotta
crazy.
get. I know how long it took us to get to level 5, but what if we just get to level 13? And
With the power of the pickle, it will be.
True.
Pool all of our. If we pool our feats of magic points together,
True, yeah, we always
we try to group
with
teleport.
pickle. We
Guys,
travel like 1 mile.
We just all just kill ourselves.
we've wasted too much time already. This needs to be done tonight.
I have sorry. I have faith in ye, Bali. You've never failed anything like this.
I mean, you killed that one guy right at the start of this whole thing, but let's not talk about it. Yeah.
So why can't we be there?
the reason none of us can be there is because this will require utter focus.
We'll wait here.
What exactly are the dangers of it?
Failure. Being maimed. Death might be better than a few of the things. Raw stars. Not something you would like to fool with.
I give him a hug. You're never getting this again, just so you know.
Ah. I doubt it.
Yeah, so are the lot of you going to stay in a Palvik, or?
I'm so torn.
Oh,
I'm gonna chill as close to the area as I can.
yeah, Wally,
Yeah,
how about
you can chill there without consequence. Things are just kind of.
how about we travel there with you, so we know where to find you in case anything happens. And we'll leave you to do your thing.
That is welcome. You might get here a bit late at night. However, I don't think the four of you are in much danger at this point. Follow me.
Oh, there he goes. Oh,
He-
he's still going a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Travis is like, geez, he's so slow.
Yeah,
does-
Shivers is
Oh,
walking
geez, what a
circles
comment.
around
He
him.
does a bit of like he definitely does a bit of Shivers walk,
Mhm.
except the sound like it's like bark.
And have
He-
two of them. Oh no.
He walks you through these woods for a while, like a good long while. You see, he doesn't really like look forward. He keeps looking up. You see, he's always like looking at the stars, and he kind of like he looks up and he starts walking, still looking up. He walks for some time. If you guys knew the way there, it would probably be a good deal faster. He is not the fastest.
It's like an escort quest in a video game.
Yeah, he's like the worst kind of escort quest, where he's faster than walk speed but slower
Yeah.
than run.
Yeah, for real.
But he's also escorting us, so we can like just wait for him there.
And if you go too far forward, he
Yeah, if
stops.
you go too far,
Like,
he
what
But he walks you for a while through the woods for a while. These trees are pretty dense around Apalvik, but you see after a while it kind of starts to get a bit hillier, and the trees kind of start to get smaller. It kind of gets windier in this area. So he has an easier time navigating when he has complete clear view of the sky. Even though there's a good deal of clouds, good deal of snow, he still gets his checks in. As he takes you for probably a couple hours. And eventually you kind of come across this area where it starts to clear up in kind of this hilly terrain. You see these kind of stones standing. You see this unobstructed view of the sky. As he walks you up to something kind of familiar to you, Marcus. You see this circle of these standing stones. They're all this kind of crude quartz, these large kind of like stones that jut straight out of the ground. Kind of in this area, there's like this short grass, but in the middle of the circle, you see rather than grass, it's all kind of like this burnt area. This light kind of fills it. And there's kind of like some of the grass is just like completely burnt, some like ashes and things. He turns around and looks at you, Marcus. He goes, I hope this is familiar to you.
How familiar is it? History?
These, you don't need to check.
Okay.
These are quartz. Quartz is kind of this stone that absorbs the power of the sun, and Diel is the sun.
Okay.
It's kind of like a lot of fellow practitioners that you would have known would have had, like, if they had like a divine focus, it would have been generally quartz. Either that or something meaningful.
Have you ever seen courts this big? Like, is it a common thing for them to get this big?
Roll me a d20. It's not a common thing.
Okay.
There's some big quartz. Marcus, you know anything about it?
Yeah, you definitely haven't seen any this big, but you've definitely seen, like, kind of in the past, back when you traveled with other faces, like, these were the kinds of things that, like, great weapons would be made of. These were, like, holy. The difference is these, rather than glowing with the golden light of your god, glow with this kind of silver light. This silver light that Batir also exudes.
Okay.
Just like the sun, the stars. I'd love to have a chat with you in the morning.
I absolutely must talk to Marcus before this chat. I hope we get some free time together.
Bali. You must focus on the light above. You kind of see in this area there are less clouds. You kind of see, and in the direct area above there are no clouds. It's almost similar to these holes in the sky above Issyk and fencing. There's just kind of this spot that's almost dedicated to this, I guess you could say, holy site. I need you to take it all in. And it will hurt very much.
Okay.
Do you understand?
No. Can you explain it better? How do we take it in?
The same way when you summon your magic, your primal magic, you call upon a reservoir that is not just your own. It is shared with the earth and the trees, the animals and the waves. Similarly, too, is it shared with the cosmos and the heavens above.
All right, we'll give it a try.
And that is what I need you to focus on.
Probably can do this. We have Titan blood.
Wonderful. Well, I shouldn't worry about you surviving then.
No, none of us are.
All right. Are the rest of you ready to go back to town? I can meet you back.
I suppose so.
You could probably make it in like half the time if you go back on your own.
Mathematically half the time. Precisely half the time.
Yeah, we'll leave him in the dust. That's fine.
Oh.
If we're walking.
I want to ask him something first before I leave him in the dust. Like while just walking and talking. Oh, Mr. Pater, right? Two eyes. I'm gonna avoid eye contact.
Yes.
I just want to walk and talk.
You avoid eye contact. He kind of walks.
Oh no, sorry,
That's
I was just walking. Yeah, please, you gotta make sure we leave Polly enough time to do his thing, enough room. Have you heard of you hang out with Ash and Shade a lot, I assume.
Shade is my archdruid. Ash is his son.
We do
Yes.
hang out.
Oh,
However, I'd rather be in Levick, to be honest.
why is that?
The trees, the woods there are my home. It feels uncomfortable to be away from them.
Oh, is
How
that
you
the
do not wish to leave Bali alone.
is
the
that when you
trees.
were talking about the edges of your grove we were at? I see.
Yes, the trees there are like my family.
Oh well, have you heard of a woman named Amila? She's a professor at the school.
Hold on, let me pull up his stats. We can give him a roll.
Quick fire pop quiz.
Wow. Wow, you got a fill roll.
That's how you know it's good dice.
Cheat.
Yeah, they cheat.
Yeah, they. Hey, I mean, these ones have like a layer of resin in the middle with sequins. Like, can't be perfectly weighted. The teacher.
Yes, you know her.
With a 25. Yes, in fact. Back when I was allowed on those grounds, some years ago, I would help I saw her.
Alright, well, I mean,
Do you know about her?
well, I was kind of hoping you'd know. Something seems kind of off about her. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Well, that's someone else's privacy. I don't know if I should say.
Oh.
He wants to though.
Well, it's just, it seemed she really wanted a winter wolf. And I was wondering, I mean, obviously, the return and the Palvik, they needed a winter wolf for something. And I was wondering if you had any ideas why she, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just an interest of hers, maybe it's just a test for school and all, but I don't know if maybe she needs it for something else with what's off about her.
I assume, if I had to guess, knowing a bit about her, knowing what has befallen our white wolves in this long winter, I believe she wants to offer them safety, the same way the school has offered her that.
I see. I mean, do you think we should? Then do you think we should tell Shade or Ash about it?
Of course. Of course you should tell Shade. You can tell his son too. He's a full-grown boy now.
Alright, well, if we don't get a chance to meet them again, I don't know if they're sticking around. And you see them first, maybe, you can tell them, say like, that the think tank was, you wanted to extend, to talk about Amelia and her desire to see them.
You'll see them come morning.
Alright.
At least Ash. I'm sure Shade will find his way back. Kind of walks for a while, kind of talks for a while as he leads you back into Apalvik. It's much later at night now. You see there are kind of these... There are very few people who are really up at this hour. If anyone's up, it's just for a moment to kind of tend the coals.
Wait, did we leave Bali?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's much darker. This main bonfire has kind of died down. You see a lot of these people kind of toss and turn in their sleep. You see some of them still struggle with the pickle.
Ah, jeez.
As we'll wait a second for Mr. Shivers to get back.
Well, it might be good timing while he's not here. For
Squat
this,
this.
Sure, we could do that.
Yeah, let's do a squad piss. I can tell. Now he's back to... Squad piss. I was about to call squad piss and then you started coming back, so I just waited for you.
Dude, yeah, I had to piss so bad. All right.
Oh, you! I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. I missed the turn completely. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I wanted to talk to him before we left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. You gave him a hug already, so whatever.
No, it needs.
Well, it might be the last time we see him.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Dice will decide his fate. As always.
Not just any dice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice screw.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
You boys forget my trump card, though.
Oh, yeah.
Murder
Burn
card.
all the charges.
I do like when you ask
once.
it.
Yeah.
I love when you ask it for advice and it's just like, you could kill them.
Yes. Kill them all. Have you thought about cutting them open and eating the organs?
He's like a little Palpatine on your shoulder. Good.
You know, there was like one session where we were like, these are souls in these coins? Do we care about the souls? And now we're just like, burn the charges. Whatever.
Take what you can get.
Yeah.
When life gives you souls, you make Soulnade.
I still have
Soulnade.
my 1660 Ti, by the way, there, Phil. So if you end up building a PC and you need to save a little money,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So there you go. It won't be the greatest thing, but it'll render
as long as I can
it'll
run.
render the tabletop VTT.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Or if I want to play some,
the VTT
Magic
the VTT is surprisingly rough, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
All these things that kind of go through browser.
They're resource hogs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Chrome is a big resource hog.
Yeah.
Someday I'll switch over to Firefox.
I'm thinking about switching too.
It's the one browser that doesn't use Chromium.
Yeah. I'm on Brave, which is just Chrome with a non-Chrome finish. So. But
yeah. I was thinking of doing Brave, and then I saw it's like, oh, it's all Chromium.
It's Chromium, but at least it's not.
It'll be to something without Chromium.
But at the very least, it's like I can decide when I want Google to have my third party.
Tino! That was amazing.
He dropped his invisibility. That's what that should look like.
He's like,
yeah. I've never had a problem with Microsoft Edge. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god. Fucking go home.
what about Opera GX, or whatever it's called?
Man, the weed really has gotten to his brain. He's
I know,
Edge.
Dude.
I like your new backdrop.
Smoke here.
Thank you.
Wait,
That's
and you
why
block
we
Origin
didn't have
still works on
sessions.
Firefox.
That name is really funny, by the way. That made me laugh.
Thank you.
All right. No Origin, no Edge. We don't like those things here. That's a campaign rule.
Yeah, campaign rule.
Oh, and pickup trucks. I
don't know if you agreed on that one, but
it's too late. You signed the contract. The four of you walk into town. You see kind of all these sleepy folks. There's only, I shouldn't say one. You see a few people kind of moving around in this group, you see kind of liberating all these animals. You see a woman, maybe familiar. I want each of the 4 of you to roll me a perception.
Nice.
The other figures are a bit more obvious. Shivers would know. Shivers would know. The only one who notices is Shivers. You see in this very, like, almost just like this rudimentary layer of magic. You see the Dean of Comprehension, Grafel Zuzal.
Oh, no.
What? In the wild?
And,
Wild Grafel.
and following her in some very crude outfits that I took like a while to stat out, actually. A bunch of familiar zombies. Except for one. You know Willie, Polly?
Oh, I know
Well,
Willie.
Willie was really wet,
Yeah.
and when he left Verifton, he kind of froze on the way here, so he's now chilly.
Ah, okay. It's good. I didn't think of that one.
And you kind of see her like leading these the zombies are obvious to all of you. Like that doesn't require a check. Like it's very clear when Marcus walks by and one that's kind of like dressed up in more normal clothes to kind of blend in, but he still goes, "Ay." And she walks around, like kind of leading these animals around. Shivers, with a 22, you also notice, you kind of have this feeling at first. Looking in your wrist, you see kind of this little, like, almost yellow shard again through yourself. But you similarly see one in the book that Grafel holds.
Mm-hmm.
This large book,
Mm-hmm.
large spell book.
So she's essentially, I gather, she's going around doing what I did earlier. To a lesser...
We'll see.
Okay. Well, I stop dead when I see her, unless there's more for me to see.
That's kind of it. She's kind of being followed by these folks, and she's stepping very lightly. Anyone who wakes up for a moment is much too distracted, but Shivers, you freaking stand out like a lighthouse. As you see, it's Grafel, but she wears more normal clothes than this like colorful patchwork. And instead of a hobgoblin, she kind of just looks like a human, but with slightly like elongated teeth. It's kind of this kind of weak disguise.
By the great ghost of Ranzo, I see through your disguise.
As she looks at you, smiles, and she looks at the zombies. You can take them southwest. And this kind of yellow magic swirls. You see all the zombies, like, that all kind of have their quirks. They kind of normalize for a second as their eyes glow yellow. And they just start to lead all the animals out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As she...
Hey, those are our zombies, aren't they?
She walks up to you. Technically, the school is zombies. Shivers, you left before I was able to tell you anything.
Oh, did I? Oh, that must have been a dreadful thing.
It seems you did quite well. I was expecting that I was having to end more return tonight. But it looks like they're leaving. We can have this whole town to ourselves. Where's Bali?
Can anybody hear us? Like any of the return that are around?
No,
we're speaking quiet enough.
This is kind of like whisperish tones, but
okay. Okay, okay. I'll say in the same tone so that they can't hear. I don't know if it's all over. I don't know if peace was struck, per se.
Oh, it's not over. Where's your friend Bali?
He be taking care of much needed business. None of business of yours.
Oh, no, I didn't want to get involved in his business. I just wanted to thank him. He was amazing collateral.
It'll be a cold day when I believe you don't want to get involved in anybody's business.
She really attempts to like put an arm on your shoulder. I imagine that's not something you allow.
No, no.
Kind of like stepping back out of the way, moving her arm, whatever.
Yeah. Best be keeping our distance.
It allowed me to get closer to you, Shivers. That's all I ever wanted. We're very similar, you know. You can see it, can't you? She holds the book. You see kind of this shard inside it. None of the others of you can see it, and you can't see the one in Shivers either. But Shivers, it's almost like this X-ray vision.
Yeah, from forever ago, literally years ago. She's like, we're the same, and I remember the whole subplot of her telling me all of that. Yeah, me and her are very, very similar. I know. But that don't mean I've got to like ye. The way ye conduct yourself, not me style.
I don't do things to be liked. However, a partnership does benefit us both. It looks like it has. These people all look half dead. I don't know which one of you concocted this, but I can only imagine. Well, I was going to tell you something before you left, but you left. You possess something very, very dear. A piece of the one who created us. Call it a fragment, an investiture of the mind of Villeton. I read up on it, you know. I think that's the only reason you're alive. But something else drives you. Something else. The darkness.
I've got more than just the darkness now.
Did you ever figure out that name? Did you ever tell her the name? You did.
I did.
Actually.
Yeah, I had to.
Yes, you did. Wonderful. And the rest of you, thank you for helping bring Shivers to me.
Yeah, what the hell's this lady doing here again?
Why is it you want this town to ourselves?
Well, it's not a very grandiose reason, I admit. They stopped mining iron, and there's a lot of iron here.
Right.
It's no great secret that Syzygy is funded by the Dawnstone aggregate, and their needs of iron have gone up greatly. I'm sure they're doing something. I'm not too interested, though.
I'm pretty sure, I mean, he's saying those zombies are property of the school. I'm pretty sure they were gifted to us. It's sort of like a will kind of scenario. It's just not Trump school property line.
Yeah, maybe I'll return them to you in a few years. However, a dean's mandate does overrule Ustalos's, I'm afraid, even in his death. A very untimely one.
A dean's mandate.
Oh, I came here expecting to have to help.
Yeah, you seem to underestimate us a lot.
Good, so you followed us here.
You're definitely correct, Marcus. I definitely have. But it means less work for me.
Yeah, speaking of not giving us a fair shake. You know, if you didn't drive us out of town, you probably would have been able to talk to Shivers.
So what exactly are you doing here?
Well, I initially came here to wipe out a town, but...
So wiping out a town helps with the iron trade? How does that square?
The return, so that the miners can come back.
Well, they'll be gone in the morning, so we solved your problem. They expect payment in the morning.
So I've heard. Do you want money?
Like a favor, maybe.
Would you prefer money or a favor? Or perhaps both?
I like the idea of you owing us.
Shivers did ask for my utmost kindness. What did he call it? Nice treatment? I'm very willing to reciprocate.
But I thought he knew stuff. We've never wanted gold.
Well, I mean...
You don't want gold. Can I ask you for one more thing, Shivers?
What's be that?
Can I look at you?
That might be a more dangerous prospect than it sounds. For both parties involved.
The risks are well worth it. For me, at least.
Oh, give me a sec.
So, we don't owe this lady anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't owe this woman anything, right?
Hello?
No.
I didn't think so.
Well, she does. She wants that scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, which, you know.
But that's like...
We'll get to that.
We didn't... I don't remember telling her that we were going to get it. Or they were going to give it.
Right, well, she wanted the scroll, but then she also gave us a week to figure out Bali's cure before they're just going to kill him, right?
Yeah, you know, a bit of like...
Yeah, I remember that part.
So then we kind of...
like collateral blackmail, you know.
Right.
Also, Foggy was assigned to her, right? Because Foggy's the one that's supposed to open it.
Oh, yeah, that's
or
right.
Stuff to open it.
Yeah.
That's right.
But like...
That part I did forget.
So is there anything any of you want? while Shivers stands inert.
Ah,
I see you have a very large pickleberry.
yes. Well, I mean, are you asking what do we want as like a collective or each individually?
Listen,
Either, I guess.
we already know that the council isn't gonna go back on their decision to put Bali's head on a
Here,
spike, let's say.
I'll show you something else. I got a very quick send. A very quick, very strange, maybe a little panicked. Maybe I should wait for Shivers to mention this.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
How much would you give us for this pickleberry?
Oh, I don't need the pickleberry. I
Amen.
need what's inside the case.
So you followed us
What I
here
assume
the
is
whole
inside
journey.
case. Well, you know, I wasn't really planning to. However, the reason I decided to come out was because I didn't get to speak with Shivers before he left. And he asked for nice treatment, so I figure I could help a little bit personally.
Well, how is Toft on your way here?
Rather interesting, in fact.
Why do you gotta bring that up, man? What are you doing?
That was just, it seemed to not be in the best state when we were there.
Yes, I can only imagine the types who would be causing trouble in Toft.
Anyway, you said you got a send or something?
I got a send. I got a send from Amila, in fact. Saying that simply the new dean is crazy and very powerful. So I think I might spend a bit of time away. It sounds like she's trying to keep the old deans, myself included, out of business in Syzygy. Me, of all people.
Just as a refresh, Tiffle, is that right?
Tifley.
Tifley,
Close.
sorry.
I like Tiffle though.
It's spelled. I spelled it wrong, probably. Right. That was the city guard. We had a conversation with her about druids not being like the worst thing. I think she seemed on board with us.
That's your opinion to have. Personally, she looks at all these kind of return. I see them as a blight. They're everything Shivers and me are not.
You truly believe that?
Some days I feel pretty blight-like.
Then,
Do I have a reason not to?
then, if I were you, and you're not going back to the school, find a way to fix the moon.
That
No
reminds
questions
me of
asked.
something I wish to speak with you about. Oh, don't worry, I don't intend on hurting these. I only mean to take back the animals that were once like us.
Yeah, I assume they're the townsfolk that were miners.
Some of them,
Something
yes.
animals.
Before I forget, I believe, given that your sickle was under Triz's careful eye, and given that that is under my school's jurisdiction, I took a bit of an interest in it. And I solved your confusion. There were 3 runes, correct? Arcana, Astra, and the Permanence one. Now, the Permanence one was rather special, however, when thinking about what could cause an abomination to be formed. Oh, she out. The source of the magic matters just as much as the manner in which it is cast. Astra, the magic that pulls from the cosmos itself. The sickle pulling from the moon. Your magic was corrupted by it, because the moon is corrupted. As is all magic that pulls from that infernal sphere.
Yes. So to fix your druid problem, fixing the moon will fix your druid problem.
It seems a little out of scope for me. I have responsibilities to the school.
Yes. Do you at least know how to?
I'm afraid...
You have a lot of resources at the school, yes?
I'm afraid wrangling a moon might prove a bit difficult for me. However, when I find myself back, I'll look into it. Why not?
Solving the druid problem will solve
However,
hostilities at the school, too.
we'll see about that. It sounds like there are new hostilities. New, delightful hostilities. Shivers that look, if I may.
Hey. Just to look.
She starts to like look you up and down. You still see like this like yellow shard in the book. As she gets close, you almost see this very faint energy that emits from the book to her. As she looks you up and down, and she starts to like turn your arms around. Ronzo Jr. probably doesn't like that.
Oh man, is she touching me?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
She said, "Look, not touch."
I know. And then she crosses that boundary right away. Shivers doesn't say shit though. She just lets her do her thing.
And then she eventually kind of looks, and she lifts up a leg.
Oh shit. I'm gonna forcefully resist and try to keep my leg on the ground if I can.
All right. Roll me a
Fuck her finding some secret butthole compartment that I got.
secret butthole compartment.
Yeah. What am I rolling?
Access your storage
Athletics.
drive.
I need to find.
Well, mother said that you're doing there, Shivers,
Why
exactly.
does she have a +1 to athletics?
I'm using my inspiration. Fuck this.
There
Danger.
probably won't be another chance.
Danger. Reroll.
Oh, so close.
That was so close.
Hold on.
You resist,
Hold on.
and she's.
Hold on.
You got something, Tundra? You might have something.
Sorry, give me like 2 seconds.
Take your time. I hope you make me better at athletics by just being near me. Hope you have athletic boosting aura or something somewhere in there.
Just inspires athleticism.
Yeah, just looking at him. You see this dude? I could be like that.
Just lets testosterone into the air around him.
Oh shit. Am I allowed to burn faded cohesion on the on a check?
I need to look up what my own stuff does. Let's see what it says. I think that one might be the attack only.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just attack or damage.
Thank you for trying,
mind, good
Carl.
luck.
Thank you for trying, Carl. I appreciate you.
I imagine you kind of resist. And it's almost like I imagine you would start off with the upper hand. And then almost just this almost like this soothing feeling comes over your mind. Giving in. And she looks, she smiles, and drops your leg. Which with the force you're exerting just...
Oh!
I have what I need.
I feel violated.
What did you need?
His number.
His number? He's got his VIN number.
Me number.
You have the barcode.
She turns around this large book, and on the back of it, in this kind of large, engraving, and it's an old book, is a 3. She looks at you. It's nice getting to know you, 8.
What does that mean?
What'd you call him?
The Ocho.
Crazy 8%.
Does that mean there's 7 other ones or more than that out in the world?
There's 10.
There's 10 Shivers in the world?
I'll add that to me list of names.
10 things like us.
What number are you?
7, I think.
She just showed you as a 3.
Oh, 3, no.
Oh, the 3.
She
Yeah.
What is
showed
it?
the back of the book.
Why do you need to know his number?
Curiosity.
Is she lying? Do I believe her?
You can roll insight.
I don't trust this lady for some reason. 18.
Gotta be the weather that makes
You so with your insight skill, I mean, you're right. Trusting her is a bit of a stretch. However, curiosity is the truth in this case.
All right. You got what you wanted. Are you satisfied?
Now what do you want?
I've been learning a bit more about myself. The one with the eyes. He wants me. I aim him to fulfill a purpose. I want to know, what do ye know about this purpose? What have ye heard?
Oh man, she's got a pretty good history too. That's what happens with 20 intelligence.
No one's really told me what happens if, like, I fulfill this shit.
If what?
Nothing. Just.
The Starlight Vigil, right? They seek a star. What I know of it, back when Fixin was alive, he used to hypothesize about it. Also called it, he hypothesized that the cold stone and the eight-sided star were the same thing. And that through whatever cryptic means, learning from archivists that came after Fixin, that they want to take it to another plane. It's not much my area of expertise. To be honest, I kind of lost interest in it. That was more of Fixin's prized pig than mine.
So, a bit lost to time, then, the true purpose.
He predicted that what they seek and an old Kabakan relic are the same thing.
I've got hunches and theories.
I think you should pursue it. I'd be rather interested to see what comes of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
If Fixin were alive, he would say the same.
When they take it to another plane, what happens to this one?
I don't know that. The extent of my knowledge is a bit limited. However, it sounds like you were talking to one of those druids earlier. Could inquire with them. Now, do any of you want anything? Or should I meet you in Demos? I can give you a few days to think about it.
I think some time would be good, yes. I have a couple questions though, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course not.
First of all, I don't know if you remember, when you were back at Syzygy, you were questioning me, and you were asking if I knew about this strange gnome related to my book. Do you remember this?
Yes.
What was that all about?
I was just curious. Do any of you know what he looked like?
I mean, besides a gnome?
There was a bit of sparkling going on. Like some sparkly dust.
Shivers. Let's see. I think I'm caught between giving you an intelligence save and just giving it to you to roll it. So I think I'll give you one at advantage.
Cool. Easy.
See if you remember.
Yeah. Do. What's the button? Control? Or Alt?
Alt. 21 does it. You kind of remember he had these robes that were kind of in tatters, but come to think of it, now that you all possess robes of your own, they kind of had this gilding to them, a bit more elaborate. You notice he had this little, almost like sleeping cap, and his beard separated into like two little curves.
He was wearing a sleeping cap. Also, his beard be parted into two. Out like.
I have amazing news for you, Gerald. I know that gnome. Years ago, he was the Dean of Confrontation.
What?
Of course.
What?
Islix was his name.
Physics.
Just
Yes.
licks.
Funny enough, it came before it Fizzlix, then Fixon, then Yogri.
So this is like a really long time ago.
I mean, it is confrontation.
How long
It may not have been that long.
About 9, maybe 10 years ago. He left after the Dean of Realization ruined his school. There was a bit of fallout after that time.
And why are you asking about him giving me this book? Did you think it was part of the attack with Bali?
To be honest, I was mostly using you to get closer to Shivers. You and Bali, all of you, in fact, made excellent collateral.
Are ye finally satisfied? Have ye finally gotten close enough?
Yes, I have. Thank you.
It might take us some time to decide what we need.
Just let me know. I'm going to go back to collecting animals.
Oh, one more thing, if you don't, if you have the time.
Just one more thing, Gerald. I know
Alright.
how you go on.
I'd like to.
The pressure, just one.
I'd like to. I'd like to use my feat of magic to do something that I did just like in Deimos, where I want to create as accurate of that dragon scale image as I can. Probably using.
You do
Either
have the dragon
perception-
scale if you want to produce that.
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to. I want to make a fake one.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just letting you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do same check, whatever you did. Yeah, and remember, if you fail, you are forced to reroll.
Mm-hmm. Would it be perception or investigation?
I think
I
you
can't
did
tell between-
perception last time.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
It's time for the reroll.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you're about to surge in front of the dean.
Oh, this is a pickle reroll. Wait, am I tuned to the pickle right now?
Yes.
All right.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Oh God.
All right,
Can
you
I-
got one. You got one more, or you can use inspiration.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Can I see what the surge is first?
Pickle Jesus wants
No,
to see
you-
the surge.
You get to know you get to know the final result, not the. That's how I'm gonna handle it. Is you get the final result.
I get the final result.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh wait.
So
I opened it in the wrong thing. That's what I was doing.
You know it's gonna be worse if you fail too. You might as well try to.
yeah, so I can roll again.
Yeah.
I'm forced to re-roll again, right? Until
Yes.
it goes or
Unless
run out.
you use inspiration and succeed.
We go again.
We go again. All right, roll me 2d100s.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Double surge.
$43 and 6.
Let's make it happen.
Let's get fuses for a second.
Let's make shit
Oh,
weird.
that's really funny.
One more thing.
All right, Gerald, I'll give you a choice between skin and mouth.
Skin and mouth.
Oh my god.
Dude, roll for it.
Actually, wait. No, I've chosen. No, roll for it.
What the
Roll.
fuck?
Do what you
Let the
want.
dice decide.
Do what you want. I've chosen. Do what you want.
Odd or evens. Good. Good.
I'll have skin be evens.
Something you're actually familiar with. You try and produce this fake scale as you create it in your hand, but it quickly, like, it's dripping like crazy, and just this ooze kind of like, or this grease kind of spreads down your arm, and it's like almost like it keeps coming out. You like a bar of soap in the shower. The scale goes whoop, and you as you fall prone. As let's see. Yeah, you are very covered in grease, and that'll have to be cleaned off. As she, without touching the scale, it kind of like this grease spreads off it onto the ground. She looks at it. She kind of like leans over.
Apologies. Sorry, I was just going through a couple things. What can you tell me? This is related to the flawless or the flawed. What can you tell me about those?
What the fuck are you doing, Joe?
Well, it would be. It's a dragon of sorts. I think it would be easier to talk. Honestly, Foggy would know more about this subject than I do.
That's too bad, because we're never going back there.
Anyways, I must be off. I hope you can find your sense of balance soon.
I mean, I was to say I'm not balanced right now, and I'm just.
What the fuck are you doing,
it's
Joe?
just that says I need a little rest down here sometimes, you know.
He's attuned.
You're smothered in grease, man.
It's better than covered in snow.
You look frosted like a cake, man.
Just like when he was tiny, he's covered in grease.
I just love the thought of this grease scale. It's just perpetually sweating grease. It's just like on the ground. She's just looking at it. It's just pouring, just crying grease.
Yeah, she just kind of, she looks at it. She does not touch. I'll be off. I
think
hope
you
your
need help,
travels
Gerald.
are safe.
Maybe we can
Yes.
find like a specialist or something for you, buddy.
What do you mean?
need help, man.
Need to put you.
I worry about you.
Help with what?
Look what you're doing to yourself.
I mean, look, listen. All I'm saying is, when you mess with people like Janish and Zuzal, who they got maybe near omniscience, you gotta try to throw them off the game.
You definitely throw him off the game.
How can you expect the unexpected? You know.
I'm just saying, you know the area that we're in. You know the consequences of using magic here, but you still push the envelope. I think you have a problem, man.
How many interventions have we had to like potentially have? With
I'm not gonna stop you from doing it, man. But I'm just saying, I worry about you. That's all.
Well, pushing the envelope in this case is pioneering research studies on the magic itself.
What are the consequences of your actions? Is all I'm asking, buddy. Do you knowingly endanger the group by doing this?
Do I think there's a danger I could bring that the think tank can't handle? No.
Do I believe him?
He just believes in the think tank.
Here's the thing.
Like, do I think he knows that?
I think Gerald is being genuine, but that doesn't stop him from being wrong.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if you want me to contest something, but like, I roll against that with any kind of shady.
If you want to roll insight, go for it.
It's just my basic, like, does he know? I mean, obviously I rolled like shit, but like, I'm just curious, like, the off effects of doing magic here ending poorly. My curiosity, I wouldn't know if it could be bad, right?
All I'm saying about your insight check is whether or not Gerald believes in himself, he says a lot of worrying things.
I'm just saying to worry about you, buddy. I mean, if something goes awry and one of us gets hurt, are you gonna shrug it off?
Oh no! What I'm saying is that I don't believe I'm going to do anything that puts us in harm's way. Nothing that we couldn't handle, at least. Like, I'm sure you remember with those grubs that were like wood and sand and stone, but
yeah. I'm just saying, before when you came in contact, I mean, like, this stuff is, you're doing magic and this area is kind of crazy, but before, when you were touching the pickle, and you told me that it would be okay, I saw the look in your eyes. You were not okay. You were not in control. You did everything you told me you weren't going to.
I mean, are you sure I really wasn't okay?
I had to push you off of the pickle. You would not let go. You were freaking out. You were blabbering about a cult.
I had to do a job.
I had to do a job. That's the best.
I'm just saying, I make mistakes. I kill people randomly on accident. I break tables. It happens. My bad. But self-reflect, maybe.
I mean, I trust you, Tantra, and I thank you for bringing this to my attention. But I assure you, I am not malintended with any of this.
I don't think you are. And I'm not going to help you up.
That's fine.
All right.
I mean, I trust him. It's just like, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy. It kind of gets late at night as it kind of winds down. You're able to find a nice spot next to like a kind of dimmer campfire. There's probably some space inside if you just want to set up a roll in one of the cabins. But now we go over to Bali. And I thought a lot about whether I wanted the lot of you to listen to this. I wanted you to be around. And I've decided on something different. I want you to hear us. But I only want to see and hear Bali. So I just need your video off and you muted. And I will let you guys back in a few minutes as Bali. Oh man, is it time? Is it ever time?
It's time.
So let's put
Are
on
you
something
ready?
a little more.
Who's ready to cleanse tonight?
Let's see. Let's hope you are. Let's turn this up. Kind of winding back a little bit. All of your friends, Katir, they've all left you. It's utterly serene up here. Barely a breeze. You step into this circle. You immediately feel this sting. You see your own skin as it burns. It burns not just your body, but your soul as well. You're almost forced down to your knees, almost down onto your chest, almost the gravity of this light. It almost like exerts this weight, this pressure, as with every fiber of your being, you can only barely look up. These stars before that you've only kind of seen as just little lights in the sky. Now they shine bright. You almost see these full forms of them. And you can feel this utter strength, this utter power. You almost sense this divinity. You look above and you can't tell what rate time passes at. Between the pain, the flashes of heat, and your own body trying to fight it off, you wake and fall almost in this daze, your hands kind of clutching these handfuls of ash on the ground as you grasp at these dead clumps that have long since been burned. Some time passes, a few seconds, an eternity. You're not quite sure. But from this almost daze, this daze of like looking up, this feeling, you hear a voice. And it breaks you out of this. Bali. 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 As you see outside this circle, a figure approaching. Someone who probably should not be there. You see Boris.
Fucking Boris.
As he walks, you see he walks like he keeps his distance, but the light still shines bright enough that you can see him, still in like this daze. What are you doing in there, Bali? Don't you want to break free? Be free of all this? Just another prison?
Can I respond, or am I like...
You can respond.
Boris, you did this to us.
It's a mistake. I didn't know you already had it in your blood. I merely gave you a fragment of Tyrus.
It took us this long to realize. Bali can't be free like this. Everyone wants a peace. Bali just wants to go back to normal.
You can be more free than you've ever been. You can go back to the way things were, Bali. The way they've always been.
Convince us right now why we shouldn't.
You should. You escaped a cage, Bali. You mean to cage yourself further. Tyrus grants us everything we need. Everything we need to unbind these shackles. You kind of see him almost like, as he burns, there's almost like this graying of him.
Yeah, he's giving me creepy vibes. Stay away. But he doesn't want you around.
Tyrus will have you.
Get the fuck out of here.
You see as these blue ribbons, you see in the sky alongside the stars this blue moon, and these ribbons pour over him from the sky, this blue energy. If you will not join, then you will know suffering. As
hold on,
you see
wait.
From his hands.
Can I?
I'm sorry, Bali, but you are able to speak.
But I can't cast spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see as all of these ribbons combine in his hands, you see this beam of blue light. It hits this almost like precipice, this area that was just kind of light. You now see almost this barrier where it lights up and this beam fights this silver light. This blue fights it, and you see almost this silver light glowing off is affecting Boris as well. As you see portions of his skin start to peel back, his eyes melt in his sockets. As you see this, for just a few split seconds, this despicable man, almost this patchwork of old scrolls covered in these runes, as almost the skin peeling back reveals paper.
Oh my god.
As it burns off.
Boris is
and it goes,
fuck that guy.
You will know suffering. You will know suffering. As you see it peels off, and he laughs and laughs until it is all gone. And you see this mere skeleton burning fall to the ground.
How thick was the
and
paper?
Burned to ashes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you a perception check. I'll give you a sec.
This might be the most important roll.
Yeah.
Oh no, we'll never
Do it
know.
for Carl.
We'll never know.
You might still have inspiration.
No, I used it already.
Oh. Oh yeah, you did. You try to catch a glimpse as like these bits just like burn off, and maybe next time. But
He'll be back.
almost caught off guard, you see as this starlight kind of bending and waving reestablishes itself as this paper man is unable to breach it. The skull kind of falls to the ground.
It look like a human skull.
Yes. It's almost like there's this paper stacked onto the skeleton. As he fades, it's definitely a shocking moment, but very quickly the pain reminds you of what's happening here. As let's switch again. Things kind of take a turn after some time. It still burns. It burns like Phlegethos. It burns like hell. But even though you feel like less Bali, you also feel more yourself. Like your mind belongs to you. You start this profuse sweating as falling off your skins, tears from your eyes, these crystals begin to fall. It almost like coalesces into these bits of crystal, just like the ones that were around Patir's neck. And it just feels like everything within you is being pulled out. As I want you to make either a wisdom saving throw or a constitution saving throw. There is no difference between which one you choose. But since you are a druid,
Yep, I'm choosing
you have
wisdom.
advantage.
Nice. Okay, I'll just roll twice. I already hit. Let me do it one
That's
more.
pretty good.
That is not better.
17. You see, almost as these crystals coalesce, so does a part of you. You feel the we that is Bali leave you, almost alone. But you can feel it. You look around as in front of you, you see almost these 3 crystals divided by 5. And they look like animals. Beasts that closest represent the facets of Bali. And let's see. I want you to roll an initiative against me.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I have a -1 modifier, so I'll just -1.
All right. Well, I'm going to choose your first animal.
Okay.
I get to choose one for you. I think I'm going to choose a crow. And I'll let you
That's
choose
fair.
what the other two are.
Like right now?
You can choose them later if you want. If you need time to think.
All right. Yeah, I'll need time to think, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're going to need a lot of time to think about a lot of things because we're just in the middle of this. You feel this connection to the moon break. You can feel it in these small crystals. They're different. They almost hold... They're like this bluish color, like they hold the essence of the moon within them. And I'm going to tell you a few things right now. You're no longer a lycanthrodon.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of
So I
that.
lose. Okay.
You are no longer a moonlight druid.
Moon druid, you mean? Yeah.
Yep. You
Okay.
are a starlight druid.
Interesting.
And these animals represent your inner facet. You feel as if you can call upon them. If you decide to break or use these, you can use wild shape. But once you are out of the figures, you are back to being a lycanthrodon. And let's just say, when that last one goes bye-bye, ain't gonna be a good time.
All right.
You cannot use wild shape. Normally, you can use the one the Starlight Druid offers you.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty good. It's a good class.
Yeah, it is very good. And last but not least, all of your radiant damage counts as silver.
Okay. You mean like against me or?
Your radiant damage counts as silver for other people.
Got it.
Kind of like Batir's light burns you, so would your light burn Pig.
Right. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. You sit there as you watch yourself burn. You see underneath this that you're just changing endlessly. Almost this feature that comes to surface. This representing feature, this connecting feature. On patches of your arms, your skin, your face, wherever, skin starts to kind of darken and form these stripes like a tiger. Just in small patches. As you revert back to medium Bali. And again, some time passes. You find yourself caught in the stars for eternities once again. As almost some of the most fundamental things that are Bali leave you. As you see the stars, but you don't just feel the burning anymore. You almost feel this deeper connection. As through hallucination or vision, they start to move around, they start to swirl. You start to see patterns emerge. And you start to hear this voice. This one, a bit kind of omnidirectional. This voice that weighs on you like gravity from the stars. Covenant must soon be struck. There are only two, or there must be four. You must. You must arrive upon Tyrus. This voice kind of, as quickly as it comes, it goes, but these stars swirl ever more as you're left in this complete daze, almost this dizzying stuff, just rendering you completely exhausted. As Bali, you hit the ground and pass out. And that's where we'll call it for this week. You can all come back now. And unmute.
Damn. That was pretty beastly.
It's been a long time coming.
I'm really happy to see kind of how, I mean, it's cryptic still, but it's interesting how all of our characters seem to have this truly interwoven backstory, or like multiple threads that align us.
Yeah.
Give it time. Give it till next session.
I'm glad I don't got any of that shit.
We saw like vision
you
of...
wish you didn't have any of that shit.
Yeah, exactly. We saw like all of us battling your father or something like that as like some final boss thing or whatever way back when. It's like, no, yeah.
Dude, why do you think Janice brought us together, man? Or
My arc is running
brought
away
me into
from
the
my
fold
arc.
with you guys.
Janish made a huge mistake with us, and he's gonna regret that shit.
The paper man for the win, dude.
Yeah,
no kidding.
the true destiny of every paper boy.
One
Rip
day
on
will debunks the
thickness,
thickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll know his thickness.
The thickness check mid fucking horror was incredible. How thick is the paper, though? As soon as you said scrolls, I knew. As soon as you said it was like scrolls underneath there, I was like, yep. Yomp.
I'm gonna go bear and I don't know if I should go bear and wolf, or bear and like something that's scared of things. That's kind of what a crow is, though.
Wolf does some work, but what a hell of a restriction you have to play the rest of the game.
When you use those to wild shape, you can wild shape into whatever. Those are just representative.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's okay.
Just to be.
I was trying to think of things that like represent things, you know. Like,
yeah.
I couldn't not give you the crows after everything the crows did.
True. So.
Crow totem.
Crow
totem.
Crow totem. Well, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I like your one-on-ones. They're very thought out.
Yeah,
Very good.
he does a really good job.
Yeah, I wanted all of you to be able to hear that because I thought it'd be cool.
I won't lie to you. I was like half tempted to just like not just like mute or like deafen myself because I was like, do I actually want to hear it though? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really did want to hear it, so I cheated.
Yeah. I did have a thought though, like if we didn't poison everybody, this whole session would have been just a fucking clusterfuck.
Okay, I can kind of tell you now. But way back when I had you do all these rolls, I was so sure combat would be happening that I was like, I'll have them roll to see who gets what wolves. And I figured like, you know what? Even if they decide with the return, I don't think they'd mind controlling wolves to kill their own buddies. I think they'd have a good time with that. Grafel was gonna come in. You all had these zombies. I statted out. Most of them were kind of kamikaze.
There's been like a whole war going on.
I think that combat would have taken over 2 sessions.
Can we have a quasi section where we just go back and kill everybody?
Yeah.
Both sides.
And them.
Split the time zones.
Alternate. Hey, if you had Janice, you could gaze into alternity again, and we could have a section just watching you guys kill return. And
Yeah. That's like the anti think tank though. Like where we'll like pretend to side with one, and then they're like, "Wow, that was a valiant fight," and we're like, "You're bad too, though. We're gonna kill you."
I was talking to Carl about this when we were playing Magic, and he was like, "It's almost like we did 2 opposing things," and I'm like, "Yeah," and because of that, I don't think you're gonna have to fight. Because Bali gave the blood, he doesn't need the wolf anymore. So you guys, and the invisibility, like, amazing. It was like so much cool stuff, and I was so happy to watch things, my plans unravel before me.
Yeah, and it's like the Starlight Vigil, were the peaceful ones to begin with, as they mentioned. So like they had the upper hand, but they weren't really going to instigate unless a fight was gonna happen for sure. And wouldn't you know it, they didn't feel like fighting after they got what they wanted and ate a bunch of pickles.
Yeah, after 4 people died from eating it, but just like put that under the rug. Like, yeah, they just failed their test of strength. It happens.
The think tank in action, man.
It was. No, I love that. I was happy to give you a nice out of combat level 5.
When leveling up, there was a spell I could have taken called Intellect Fortress, and I'm like, that literally is think tank.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to tank it just for that reason, so that I could provide the think tank spell to the group, and we could all be like tankified. But maybe somebody else. But, all right, guys, I love you all.
Instead, you played meta. Gross.
Yeah. Yep. Instead, I just got a bunch of darkness spells.
A bunch of darkness.
Disgusting.
Yeah. I love you guys.
I'm a new class now. Interesting.
Have a good time.
Great job, Ryan.
Next week, so I'm doing this contract, and it's just 2 weeks. I'm working from 11 to 7, so if you're able to, I could start like an hour late and do like a shorty if you want, or whatever you guys prefer, or week off. I think it's almost baby time.
Yeah, it's almost baby time. Due date's in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, if you want to take it off, Stu, and we can wait if you want. Up to y'all, but
yeah, we'll see. I'll be down unless the baby comes, and then yeah.
I'm down with whatever.
Little company.
Yeah.
But I gotta go. I gotta put a bed frame together.
Gotcha. All right, have a good night, y'all.